again, as our continued efforts to clean up the city out of these structures. We've got a handful more to present to you guys. So we'll start with 714 Ps. Let's see, here we go. So here's the property. We did obtain a warrant. We did make entry, and this is before you is what we found. As you can see, there's absolutely no saving this property. There's our warrant that we posted, and we would just like to get a vote on this so we can move forward and get it out of here.
Is there anyone else who wants to speak on the property at 714 Peace? Okay. Now entertain a motion to close the public hearing. A motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay. And we'll close the public hearing. Do I hear a motion for declaration of dilapidation in or deterioration and unfit for human habitation in order to repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 714 Peace Street within 35 days? Who made the motion? Here. Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, and so, motion carries to order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 714 Peace Street within 35 days. Okay, we're gonna move on to 701 Bell Street. Do I have a motion to enter into public hearing?
Motion.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now in public hearing regarding 701 Bell Street.
Thank you. 701 Bell. So this is one of our problem areas in the city. We're getting down to just a handful of structures on that block. This is one that we need to deal with, as well as a few others. So we started the process on this one. We've sent the notifications. They end up going to Delaware, somewhere like that. They always come back. We can't get a hold of anybody that has any responsibility with this property or will take responsibility. So we started the process. We got our warrant. We went in. The picture on the right is an area where they're burning wire to collect the copper. So we made entry. This is the condition that we found it in. It is chocked full of all kinds of garbage and refuse. In the picture on your left, you can see where there is a trespasser who's taken up occupancy. And we all know what comes with that. And that's the main reason that we're after this structure, is because of what it's being used for. That brings along the public nuisance when we have these things happen in hand. So there's, again, the further with the condition, there's our warrant. More and more you see just the garbage, and that is the public nuisance that I refer to. The smell was just atrocious. It was hard to be in there in order to get these photos and do what we were trying to do. So we would like to present this one, and if we can, get it deemed demolishable so that we can further help that block and help that street and help the city.
Thank you, Brett. Is there anybody else that wishes to speak on 701 Bell Street? Do I hear a motion to close the public hearing? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Who are opposed? The public hearing is clear. Do I hear a motion for declaration of dilapidation and or deterioration and unfit for human habitation in order to repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 701 Bell Street within 35 days from date of order?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. opposed? Okay, motion carries. Shall order repair, rehabilitation, and demolition of 701 Bell Street within 35 days from date of order. We'll move on to property on 307 East Oklahoma. Do I hear a motion to enter into public hearing?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So we are now in public hearing regarding 307 East Oklahoma Street.
Thank you. Oh, man. There it goes. So this is 307 East Oklahoma Street. This is similar, I'm sure you guys all remember our project at on Douglas Street that we have been working on. I'd like to say that we're happy to announce that, well, you probably already know that we've completed that. It's a great success in my opinion. The neighborhood is very grateful that what the city's done for it. And I would say that this property here is no different from that one. Same type of people that we're dealing with. And it's a shame because it's a good block and it's a good neighborhood and it's a good street, and there's this one just horrible eyesore. And these people have since up and moved, so we were able to take that opportunity to get in here and hopefully finally get something done about this. So we started the process. The letters go to a company called Casas, and they're based out of Houston, and they purchase these substandard properties, and they've got them all over the state. They've got them all over this city, and almost every single one that I know of is an issue, and they're all similar to this one. So they're a problem, and most of them are a public nuisance in my opinion. So either way, we started the process. We couldn't get any response, so we got our warrant. We went on the property. Oh, there it goes. Again, the smell was just absolutely atrocious. There's some makeshift stairs there. They've converted the upstairs attic into an upstairs, but the stairs there were very insecure. We were not willing to trust the structure of them to go up there, but I was able to peek my head and get some pictures. But you can see there's a big hole under the window there, just open to the outside for animals and who knows what to come in and out. There's the upstairs. They've basically gutted everything. There's walls that are open to the outside, the elements, everything. There's clutter, junk and debris, you name it. The backyard is just another situation like on Douglas. It's an absolute landfill. And jaw-dropping, I guess, is the right word when we were on property and witnessing all this. And how this could get to a point right under our own noses, I don't know, but here we are. We're trying to correct that and move forward and make the place better. But tires, trash, you name it, it's all there. And this is right in the middle of a neighborhood, guys. And there's beautiful homes right next door and right across the street, and I feel like we owe it to the community to demo this one just like we did on Douglas Street. And I will say, in defense of the property owner, they have since come and cleaned the trash and the junk and the debris, so at least we've got that far, but the structure is still just as bad as it is.
Is this structure being occupied
Yeah.
by a tenant?
Well, we won't say squatter, we'll say trespasser. It's through our investigation and just talking to the neighbors and stuff, this individual, they just found this home vacant and somehow just showed up with all their stuff and moved in one day. And I don't know if the owners were passed away or who or what the situation was, but there just wasn't any victim for somebody to tell them to get out. So somehow this company Casas came into the picture purchased this property, and they buy them pennies on the dollar, sight unseen. And when we notified them of the situation, they didn't realize that there was even anybody in their property. And then, to my understanding, they, I guess, made contact with that individual at some point and made a handshake agreement for a very low rent, you know, $200 a month kind of thing. But they, again, this is just conversations that I've overheard Robert having with the company, that they were trying to evict them. But they, you know, this went on for a long time, and they made very little effort, in my opinion, to abate this problem until these individuals had physically removed themselves, and we've gotten involved to the point that we are now. They have come forward and showed interest in the property and have been calling and emailing. I was surprised that they weren't here today to speak on behalf of it, but
When you say they, do you mean the
Costs.
titled owner or the people who possess?
no, the titled owner, which is CASA's. Like I said, it's a property group out of Houston. The individuals that were staying here are definitely some of our problem people that we have in the community.
They voluntarily vacated.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they just found another vacant house down the road, and they're doing the same thing.
You said that there had been some cleanup. Do you know who did the cleanup?
The CASA's group, yes, sir. And like I said, I'm surprised that they're not here today, because it was my impression they were going to try to be.
Maybe they just need some motivation.
I'm sorry?
Maybe they just need more motivation.
Yes, sir. And my fear, the house is in such bad shape that anybody that's going to be willing to rent this thing and live there is going to be in the same circle as the previous occupant, and it's not going to change. And we'll just be right here a year from now having the same conversation.
Is there anyone else who wants to speak on 307 East Oklahoma? Okay, we'll entertain the motion to close the public hearing. Have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. The public hearing is now closed. Do I hear a motion for declaration of dilapidation and or deterioration in unfit for human habitation in order to repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 307 East Oklahoma Street within 35 days from the date of order?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries to order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 307 East Oklahoma Street within 35 days of date of order. Now I'll move on to the property at 2100 Bristol. Do I hear a motion to open public hearing? Okay. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? We're now in public hearing. Brad, if you want to hear us again.
Okay, these next three will be quick, and I will apologize in advance. We discovered we made a mistake. These next three have already been through council some time ago, and they were voted on to demo. During the process, we discovered we missed a step that is required by us to post the results of the city council meeting via letters and in the newspaper within 10 days of it being voted on. And we missed that step, so we just need to put these right back through and get some new orders for each one so that we can catch that last step and then follow through with it. So,
So we've heard a description of these.
yes, sir.
Is there anyone who wishes to speak on 2100 Bristol Street?
And just to be clear, this picture you're showing was taken when? When did you take this?
I took
picture?
this was recent. This was 7/1 of 26.
So there's been no change
No.
to the property
No.
since the last time council?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If no one else wishes to speak, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing. A motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Public hearing is closed. Do I hear a motion for declaration demolition of dilapidation and or deterioration and unfit for human habitation in order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 2100 Bristol Street within 35 days of date of order.
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any opposed? The motion carries to order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 2100 Bristol Street within 35 days date of order. Moving on to, property at 204 East Alabama. Do I have a motion to enter into public hearing?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor, please say aye. We are now in public hearing on 204 East Alabama.
Okay, same thing here. I just need some new orders so that we can follow through and catch that last step. These are fresh pictures as of July 1st. You can see the amount of vegetation and just lack of care of the property. Like I said, you guys have already seen this one. It's gone through, so we just need to do it one more time.
Thank you. Anyone else want to speak on 204 East Alabama? Entertain the motion to close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
And a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Public hearing is closed. I'll now entertain a motion for declaration of dilapidation and or deterioration and unfit for human habitation in order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 204 East Alabama Street within 35 days from date of order.
So moved. Second.
And a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries to order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 204 East Alabama Street within 35 days from date of order. Moving on, 609 Oak Street. Do I hear a motion to enter into public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? We're now in public hearing on 609 Oak Street.
So 609 Oak Street, exact same situation. This are fresh pictures, July 1st. This is after we did an emergency abatement on the vegetation. It was, chest high before we had it mowed, so don't let those pictures fool you. We have had some contact early on in this case, and we gave those people some more time, but we haven't heard from them at all. There's just nobody doing anything with the property. There was a fire, you can see in that rear picture at the top of the eave where the house is open. I had Sergeant Friedel come by last week and look at it with me, just to verify his opinion also. But again, this one's already gone through council, and I just need a fresh set of orders.
Is there anyone who wishes to speak on 609 Oak? Do I hear a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion. Second.
With a motion and a second, all in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Public hearing is closed. Do I hear a motion for declaration of dilapidation and or deterioration and unfit for human habitation in order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 609 Oak Street within 35 days from date of order?
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries to order repair, rehabilitation, or demolition of 609 Oak Street within 35 days of date of order. I believe that's all, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, now move on to item 6F, which is to discuss, consider, and act upon the Charter Review Committee report. Do you have any questions from Becky, or for Becky?
I'm excited we all learned a new word. Scrivener? Correct.
What dictionaries are for us old timers. Okay, so if there is no discussion, ask for a motion, hold on just a second. Okay. We'll proceed. Do I hear a motion to act upon the Charter Review Committee report and receive that?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Okay, the report is approved. That takes us on into 6G, which is to discuss and consider and act on an ordinance of the City of Sweetwater, Texas, authorizing the city secretary to make necessary corrections of scriber errors identified in the text and formatting of the city charter.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. And I'll now read the ordinance into the record. An ordinance of the City of Sweetwater, Texas, authorizing the city secretary to make necessary corrections of scriber errors identified in the text and formatting of the city charter. Mr. City Manager, you have anything?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Summer's coming to an end rather quickly. August 9th, the municipal pool will be closing. We would like to thank the city staff, including Mr. Hopple and all the lifeguards, for keeping the pool running this season. So far, we've had a great summer and look forward to the repairs that are going to come after the summer to the pool. The police department on June 8th, officers Andrew Benavides, Isaiah Guerra, and Zach Longoria were officially sworn into the ranks of the Sweetwater Police Department. They worked for approximately 8 months to complete their basic peace officer certificate at the West Texas COG. After being sworn in, they hit the ground running, and we welcome them to the department and to the city. Fire department training. Several structures have been acquired by the city through the code enforcement process after being determined to be unsafe and scheduled for demolition. Before demolition, these structures provide an additional benefit to the community by serving as a realistic training environments for our fire department. By utilizing these structures before demolition, the city is able to turn a necessary code enforcement action into a valuable training opportunity, strengthening the emergency services our community depends on. Also with the fire department, they handed out 4 outstanding unit citations. These citations were presented to Dustin Alderman, Joshua Raines, Daniel Linebaugh, and Zachary Dawson. It was in recognition of their exceptional clinical skill, decisive action, and dedication to patient care during a critical emergency involving a severely burned patient. I'd like to thank those individuals for their work and dedication to the department and to the community. On July 20th through the 24th, the City of Sweetwater will conduct an auction. This will be an online auction through Renee Bates Auctioneers. It will be held online beginning July 20th at 10 a.m. and will close on July 24th at 12 p.m. Bidders must be registered buyers through Renee Bates. And once the auction goes live, each item listed will include basic information, photographs, and its current known condition. The link will be on the city's website and social media. I want to thank Jonathan and his crew for getting this together. This has kind of been a long time coming. Hopefully this will clear out some stuff we've had from as early as the 80s and 90s. So we're looking forward to this auction. We had a 4th of July dog parade. I want to thank all the participants and owners who participated. I also want to thank the champion for putting it on. It was a huge success. And we would also like to thank Mayor Peak, the Grand Marshal of the parade, as you can see in the picture.
Actually, Mayor Humdinger.
Mayor Humdinger. Well, thank you, Mayor Humdinger.
Special purpose.
Had a lot of events during 4th of July throughout the community that were very well received and that people showed up for. Obviously, the fireworks. Karen, thank you for everything y'all do on that side of it. Last and not least, the Sweetwater Stories. We're back up on that. New partnership between the City of Sweetwater and the Pioneer Museum that highlights the people, traditions, and moments that help shape our community. Let's take a moment and watch this edition of the Sweetwater Story.
On July 25th, we will be celebrating our 50th year here in the museum. Judge Ragland built this house in 1906. His wife Luella, they built 2 other buildings here in town. You can still see their names on them, in addition to this home that's 120 years old. This is a photo of the Johnston Funeral Home, and that was the first location of the museum. And then this is an article from May 5th, 1968, and that was the opening of the museum in the Johnston Funeral Home. And then this is a photo of what is now City Hall, but at that time was right after Safeway had moved out. And this was the second location of the museum. This is a special place. I mean, the fact that the Raglands were here, they were such a integral part of getting the community up and running, back in the late 1800s. And then the fact that their family thought enough of their heritage and their legacy here to come back and give the museum to the city, but then stay connected to it and want to be a part of the celebration 50 years after they donated it to the city is really special.
This time we're gonna move on to item 8, which is to enter into closed session pursuant to section 551.071 of the Texas Governmental Code, consultation with attorney, closed meeting. The city council will meet in closed session to consult with its attorney on the matter in which the duty of the attorney to the city council under the Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct of the state board